Okay, I think we are all now. DDD. JJ Clone, you guys hear me? I know you have the mic off, but can you type if you hear?
Yeah, I can hear good.
Okay. Brazilian, consegues ouvir? Okay. First time I teach a Portuguese speaker also. DDD. Well, I'm going to start. This push to talk drops the. Okay, now we don't drop. Let me change just the push to talk key just a sec. Okay, you guys here? Yeah, I'm speaking. So, guys, let's start. I'm extremely happy to have a class of 5 guys, which is I'm not sure if it's a new thing or if was ever done, but for me, I always find hard to train people one by one. You're gonna see it's a lot of work. They want me to to show you a lot of stuffs. Plus, I want to add an extra stuff that I think is really important for you guys to know. So, I mean, this is part of a plan that I have that started a couple of months ago that will culminate with my sync turn that is starting next campaign. Allies don't really have a problem in terms of, in my perspective, in terms of player base. Like we have pretty good vet players. We do have a problem. We do have a problem in morning that we don't have players, and we have a little bit of problem of inactive HCs and HCs that don't really help. So it's the number one reason for people to leave the game. Actually, is when you worry really about your side and you are basically alone on the HC. It's pretty stressful. On the past, I used to run the map a lot, and I burned so hard that I left the game for 5 years. So what I'm trying to achieve here is not like I don't want officers to have to hard work every day. It's not my intention. I just want to have a group of guys that can get coordinated, speak, play together, and maybe once a week they will help a little bit. Most of you guys here, I know Bo, I think is going to the air, and Nelson probably to the Navy. The hard work is not that much, so it's pretty doable. And that's it. So, this is basically slides that they put me here to show you. I mean, the biggest goal of the high command, and for me personally, one thing that is really important for you guys to know is that HC is not mandatory, right? So whoever joins HC is not forced. So people need to ask themselves a question that I will ask you through all of the course, is that what you can bring to Allied High Command, like what you can bring to us, what you can help us. during the course and during the time that you get in the HC, probably the answer to that question will be much easier to answer. It can be like, okay, I can move some air flags, I can watch the Navy, I can help on some crews, you know, just something that you might be willing to help us. It's a really important thing for you guys to start to thinking about that. I mean, this is basically, generic stuff about the HC. I mean, you guys already have a lot of feeling what is the HC. Basically, a bunch of guys that try to run their side. CRS doesn't get involved at all in our strategies. In a sense, we are kind of an extension of them, but they don't influence anything that we do. We are here kind of to help the player base to have fun. That's why having inactive HCs or HCs that don't help is really bad, because the player base feels it, and it's a lot of people complain that we don't have AOs, we don't have this, and they are partially correct. What they miss is that, and during this course you will understand why good HCs don't sometimes they just ignore the player base, because sometimes people complain a lot, but they don't really help. So it's really hard mentally to kind of deal with it, and with time you just start to don't care, and it's not kind of the only solution to that problem. The good side is that, I mean, my biggest moments in game were on HC, especially on losing campaigns. I think it's really where you see who are the boys. For example, we are having that example right now on the Allied side. So we are on a losing campaign, but the boys keep fighting. The HC is not perfect. The map covering is not really good, but the boys are playing. When we are winning, it's really easy. Like, everybody will show, everybody will try to help, everybody will try to have the map and blah blah blah. But that is normally on moments that we are losing that we find great companionship, and great people that we form friendships for our life. So here they say that the ultimate purpose of HC is to conduct military combat operations. And I mean, I think you guys are pretty aware of what kind of the HCs does. During now this course, I will teach you more about my thought process. I think that HCs should have always a plan. Like, you need to have a plan. In the beginning, maybe it's a little bit hard, but with the time, the army boys, army HCs will come, will look at the map, and will think, okay, what's the plan for today? What's the plan for the next hour? What's the plan for the campaign? Most of the HCs don't have that mindset, which is one of the reasons that I wanted to teach you guys, more than the technical stuffs that you will take time to learn. It's more about the mindset that I really want for you guys to develop. Probably you guys already have, and all of you play in a really, really good way. Like, JJ, it's really a positive guy, always try to help us in the morning. DDD joined the game and is always supporting with Fruz, top player. Bo the same thing on the air, and Nelson the same thing on the Navy. So you guys are already the top light players for in this moment, and you have the correct mindset, and that's the main reason why I'm really motivated to try to teach you guys. It's it's my first time that I'm doing this, so if it's not perfect, I'm sorry, but I'm really happy to have you here. Let me see here. This is something that it's kind of was used in the past, like every HCs, depending on the level and hierarchy that they had, they would have different responsibilities. But you know, on the moment, it's kind of it don't work like that. One of the things that most annoys me on the HC, on the Allied HC, I don't know how it is on the Axis, is that, for example, the FBs are really important thing in the game. In the past, it was quite common for HC officers to set frus to blow FBs, come to the blue chat and ask for help, and you will get help. Nowadays, that don't happen. So there's basically no HC running for FBs. Almost no HC defend FB. Sickness does an amazing job. I don't like to defend FBs either. It's a pain in the ass. I understand that. But the lack of help on the HC is quite concerning for me. Like, of course, I will not demand you guys to every day like help, but I mean, once in a week. If you are playing every day, I'm not saying that you came here once in a while and it's okay, but if you are playing every day and you are not helping your HC guy, like it's bad. It's bad. It's something that I really want to change. Sometimes I lose a little bit my patience with that. I do struggle a lot seeing when people don't help each other. And that's it.
So one thing I would say on that point is I don't see any direction from the high command from the upper levels that say, hey, this week or this next few days, our objective is to move in this direction. And then when I was playing Access, they put that in their Access Discord room or the Access Secure, which not really that secure. But when I logged in, I knew which FBs I had to try to get or defend, because even though I didn't know which town was going to get AO'd or DO'd, I knew the relative direction they wanted to move. I don't feel like I ever know that for the Allies.
Yeah, it's true. It will change with me. I can guarantee you that. I was not here on McAfee sync term, but since I came back a couple of months ago, I don't think we really had an active sync. The sync we have now is active, but it's not really active on map stuffs. So you are absolutely right. I don't have how can I say, I don't have a logical reason to answer why that happened. It just we don't have leaders, and we don't have a lot of field leaders, right? You have some guys that are field leaders, but they are not on the HC, like Jtalik, Cat5, Canoe. Canoe is on the HC, but you normally don't have a lot of field leaders on the HC. So when you don't have a field leader, it's really hard for people to follow you. So it's kind of, I mean, what I'm planning for the future is pretty simple. I will set targets, like campaign is starting. Hey guys, I want to go to Beartrix. So find a way out to go there. Not complex stuffs. Hey guys, we are losing towns, so let's adjust our lines and defend this line. I will do that. And I agree that most of the guys don't do that. So it's a thing for us to change. And you guys can change that on the future. So another thing, of course, of the HC is, you know, the One of the things that's really hard in a player base complains a lot is when we don't have AOs, or we have an active AO without FBs. It's something that bothers me a lot. There are times that is not really bad. I will teach you how I deal with the map when I'm with the energies. How is my thought process? We need to split how the map is if we are low pop balance or if we are over pop, and depending on that, we can take some decisions. Sometimes when you are extremely low pop, you can't afford to move a guy to attack because you will lose a town. You basically can't afford anything. So basically the best thing to do is to clear an AO with that we don't have FBs, and basically set another AO just for them to blow FBs. So and that's it. But on the Allied side, and if you are playing for the last months, we are playing with 5% of the FBs. So, and that is something that it's not on HC shoulders. It should be the player base. We are here to help. But if the player base don't really help us on that, that's nothing. That's nothing. That's nothing we can do. So the HCs will normally say, "Hey, we need these FBs," and most of the time people don't go there. So it's not really something that we can do much. IVC helped a little bit, especially in game for comms. I want to bring HCs to Discord, like I kind of wanted to do in the squad that you guys know that I still didn't achieve that. But my idea is to have an HC squad night, HC night, not squad night, but a night where we, or a day or whatever, that we group and we play together to know how to know each other and to play together is really, 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 really important to do that. So you guys still, I think only Bo apply it. They ask you guys to apply it. I'm not sure if you guys want to go through it, but I will send you a link in the end of the class. You just need to decide. You can change later, but then you need to decide if you want to go to the army, that is more generically, or if you want to go to the navy or air. I think most of you already know. If you don't know, just maybe better to go on the army, and then if you want to switch, switch. So you're gonna do the application. Then we're gonna have a training. It's going to take a little bit. I will try to not get like too bored. Today we're gonna already do some stuffs that I want to kind of to speed up a little bit, and then this is what I really want to train you guys. It's the field training. It's like how you manage the map, how you deal with the player base. I mean, this is really the important thing. The rest is kind of, I mean, you will learn how to move the map, and that's another thing that I want to say to you, that I was taught by Erasmo, that is a Spanish guy, and the way he teach me the HC, he teach me everything, but he also helped me taking the map. So on my first steps, a month or two, I was kind of having the map to the player base, but it was him that was making kind of the decisions. So, and that's something that I want to do with you guys. Probably Bo can work that with sickness. He doesn't really need me. Nelson on the Navy, I don't know, but it's kind of my idea to like, player base knows you, but I will be there to support you guys, so you don't have to be worried about mistakes or something like that. Experience, blah, blah, blah. You do need, I don't know if DDD has, you do need to be, to have an active subscription to be on the HC. So that's something that you need to be aware of. Any questions? Any thoughts? All good? You guys didn't sleep?
No.
Okay. So, to speed up a little bit, I will show you a little bit of these things. We are in about 25 minutes of class. I don't want to take more than like 45 or 1 hour. I think this will be quite fast also. So this is one of the lessons that they have on the manuals. This is from 2011, so it's pretty recent. This is something that we're gonna to, speak today. I'm really not sure what syllables means. Someone knows? But
It's a written overview.
okay. So I think we already kind of discussed this. So how is the HC splitted in the way that you guys can understand in terms of hierarchy? The most easy thing to know is that the HC split us in two sections: the senior staff and the rest. So to start it's good to understand that we have the seniors and the non-seniors. So who is the senior? Is the sync, is the chief of staff, that is the number 2, that it's me, I'm the chief of staff. Queen Canyon is the commander-in-chief. Dubane is the number 3. And then is the country commanders. We have Capco that is not playing on the British, and on the French we don't have one. I will nominate one in the next campaign. And their executives, so the XO of the country. Above from that, these guys are not seniors. So in the past, we used to have meetings of the seniors. So what the seniors normally discuss is more heavy stuffs, like heavy map changes, nominations, demotions, map placements in the beginning, kind of the hard work, and the rest do like the normal stuff. I mean, the ultimate purpose of HC is to conduct military SciComm proper. Just a nice sentence that they put here. This is a really important thing. I not always have the patience, but it's really important that to understand that we are not here to give orders to the player base, right? We are here to try to support them and try to support the game and giving them something to do. For some players, it's more easy. For example, I know JJ is a really positive guy, so for him will be probably easy to do this. For me, sometimes it's hard, is that I don't want to order because I don't believe on that. But sometimes I'm just desperate to have help, so it's a little bit hard to not mix the stuffs. But it's important to notice that we are not here to player base don't need to do what we want. So nowadays, if I get upset, I just log and that's it. It's not really hard to gain the respect of the player base. You just need to do the basics, to be honest. You just need to be aware that some guys will never be happy. So, but if you are an active guy and try to help, the player base will notice that. And that is where the field leaders start, really. Like communicating with the player base. Hey, we're gonna drop the EO. Hey, my plan is this. The player base will recognize him. We have a bunch of vets and old guys that don't really like to say, hey, good job and that thing, but they will recognize that. This is also an important thing that I sometimes fail also. In my perspective, and being a senior, you will have a lot of more responsibility. I do have a strategy on the communication, so I miss this, but I have a plan. Sometimes it's a little bit too much. I can get a little bit toxic, but I have a plan of defending the light side and try to recruit more guys. So sometimes I'm a little bit involved in stuff that I'm not supposed to do. But one thing that you don't really see me on forums is pretty rare for me to criticize CRS. So you basically see me bitching the Axis and a low pop crew, but I don't really criticize CRS. It's really rare for me to like say that. And the reason that is first that we are an extension of CRS, but to be honest, I don't give a fuck about that. But the main reason is that the player base, you know, CRS has done a lot of things for the player base to be unhappy and all that crap, and that is all true. But if we start to complain a lot about CRS, what happens is that then you go to play, you die on a CP because it's a normal thing, and you're going to start blaming CRS because you die on a CP. You are on a losing campaign, you're going to blame CRS because you are on the losing campaign. You know, everything starts to be about CRS, and that is a weak mentality. That doesn't help us. So what I find out in my way of thought is that if you take out the CRS stuff, you will have much more fun, but really much more fun. That doesn't mean we cannot criticize them. I believe we need to speak, and we seniors have a channel where we speak with them. Like I can, this is private, but I can show you that there's no any problem. So we have this Slack where we speak with them. So we are in touch on them, and we do request a lot of stuff. So this is what I said, that is important. This is voluntary, not guaranteed. I mean, you guys are guaranteed to be here, but you need to ask yourselves what you can bring to us. Barely no one does this. I think it's important, but it goes on in the sense that they already spoke with you. I think nowadays it's more important to just don't criticize CRS. You seeing now? Yeah, to don't criticize CRS openly. This is something that I need to be aware sometimes, because, for example, now this is part of Elite Cappers HC Academy, but I can't mix the things. So you will not see me talk a lot about my squad, because that's something that is not the intention here. You need to complete the class. So this is kind of what is needed to be an HC. I mean, today the experience is kind of, if you are a player that really wants to help, you will be in. Demotions is not really a normal thing, but it happens sometimes. Probably with me will happen also. You know, you will have minor infractions, or sorry, my spelling. And this is something that on the past was really important. Like if you are 2 weeks away, you should communicate. And on 30 days, if you don't say anything, you're out. I'm flexible with this, of course, but if you are a key guy, it's really good just to know, like, hey, I'm not playing for 2 months. I mean, it's okay. Just engage and communicate with us. The sync must be active, but you know, we had syncs that didn't play, so this is kind of what is supposed to be, but in practice the things are a little bit different. You cannot, of course, go to the other side. this is, you know, you will see then on the class, the .hc is just something that we use to speak with each other, and the .allied you already know what is. One thing that is important to know that nowadays spamming unfortunately is important. So spam the most you can. It works. The violations of the conduct. I mean, nowadays we don't really look to here to see if someone is making shit or no. But normally on the allies, we don't have really this kind of problems. The only problem that we had on the past is like a guy coming in and trying to set an AO different than the guy on the map has, but it's normally it's okay. So I mean, this is like pretty heavy stuff for you. You guys don't need to handle this. This is an important thing. And I manage this a lot of times. It's basically you think what is best for the game and not just from your side. So it's like when you're trying to communicate, try to at least sometimes be less emotional and be a little bit rational. That it's important. In the past, you needed to do paperwork. Nowadays, it's not really important. The only thing I will ask is, you know, I'm not sure if you're gonna see on duplicate. If we're going here to the officers, there's basically no communication. So this is November, and this is something that needs to change. So basically it's Queen and me, sickness, Queen, sickness, Queen, you know, some other guys, but there's no communication here. So also on the orders, that was something that Nelson was speaking. This is where we should have orders. Queen said it a little bit, but as you see, it's like we have two guys here like acknowledging. This is something that annoys me a lot. Like, I mean, we are a team. We just need to come here and put like something, right? So this is about the map. This is me talking about some strategies. Here is the Axis could cut us, and I was trying to avoid that. Awards, senior stuff, and all that thing. This is not needed. This is kind of you guys on game see this. Now the tools are down, so we can't change this. For example, I'm with the general, but I'm not general. But basically this is the hierarchy. Side commander, that is the sync. Queen Canyon doesn't have this symbol. It's still Calwood because the tools are done. But basically the way you're going to climb, when you start here on country command, down is the senior and then it's the rest. I think this is wrong. The branch is not part of the Navy, or the branch is not part of the senior command. But here we have the sync staff, the country, and the rest. Let me just. This is like the structure of the HC. I think you guys with time can look at this a little bit, but it's like it's too much to kind of know each other. And the hierarchy nowadays is not, like I said, it's not really important. It's important to distinguish the seniors from the others, but the rest is not really important. This is the air, for example, for bow. you will be somewhere around here. The naval, the same thing. So this is the British, this is the French. Jono is somewhere here. The tools are down, I can't really see. This is, I mean, this is what I said, like in the past, if you are on some kind of hierarchy, you should do this something. If you are not, you should do another thing. Now I think everyone that goes to the army should be at least able to run the map. And the most important thing, and the thing that annoys me more, that we really need to fix, is when we have a DO, we only need to move a freaking flag and nobody does it. So that is something that is really annoyed me, and it will be a reason for me to kick people off the HC, is that we can't have 20 guys online and then we have a AO, a DO, and nobody moves. It's like 2 seconds. The right click, move. Literally 2 seconds. So we do need to work on that. And also Navy supply. That's something that annoys me a lot also. If you have a Navy town and they attack us, a Navy town, we need to move a Navy in. It's not hard, right? So it's really simple things. And this is basically the things that I will ask for people that want to join. I'm not asking for intense map movement coverage and all that thing. I'm asking just things that take like 10 seconds. Like, we are defending, move a flag. We have an AVDO, move a flag, and that's it. You don't have to worry much more. The good thing is that if we have a group of 10 people or 15 people or 20 people that are active, you know, maybe we'll have to do it once in a week because someone will do it for you, right? So if we all work, will be much easier. And I mean, I think that's basically it for today. I don't know if you guys want to, you know, ask some things, give me your thoughts about what is your thought about the HC. What do you think from the player perspective? What most annoys you guys? Like, could be a thing that would be really good for me to know.
Go ahead, JJ.
I'm not hearing you, JJ. I hear you. You guys hearing?
No, I didn't hear him.
Yeah, the mic is blinking, but it's not. We ain't hearing. I noticed that you left us. I noticed. Don't think that I didn't notice that. I don't care if your computer crashed. I'm not sure if he's that. You can type on the chat if you want.
Well, I know I can speak for the air stuff, Wagyu. I work a lot with sickness, and he's the one that asked me if I'd be interested in helping him out some, and that's why I'm here. Most of what we've covered here is pretty much what he's taught me so far. And if there's not much going on in the air, of course, we do a lot of defense stuff at FBs, and we also go take FBs. So this is going to play right into how I enjoy playing the game anyway.
I have good plans for the air. Like, my plan is, first, I'm giving much more importance to the air and to the Navy. I think it's important for us to play all roles. But what I would like, for example, my sync term on the air will be just a really thing that can make a lot of difference. If we say to the air where we're going to attack, we could have bombers there. So when they start to move out with the Opels and with the tanks, we can try to shut down their defense. So that is really important thing that the air can do. For example, sickness. I mean, sickness is. I mean, I don't have. How I can say. I normally can always have something to tell people that they can improve. I don't have anything to say to sickness. Literally nothing. The guy's perfect. Like, it's absolutely perfect.
He is pretty amazing.
Like, I don't have anything to do to speak. Like, he does his job so well that, I mean, the only thing that is bad for him is that I know that he feels the responsibility. If I'm not online, who's gonna take care of TR? So that's why we need like more guys to do that. Also, I need to learn more about TR to help them. So that's it. Like, and you have anything that annoys you on the HCs normally?
Well, for me, I can't really think of anything I could complain about.
Okay. JJ, you still there? Nelson, you still there? Didn't sleep?
Maybe.
Maybe. You have anything to say?
No, I think that there are definitely ways the HC can improve, and I'm happy to help and be active in the chat and talk and help where I can, especially where the Navy is related, and trying to make sure the Navy is moved around right so that it can provide a little bit of additional supply where it can. Yeah, I'm fine.
That's it. So you already answered the question what you can bring to JJ. JJ is having is having a hard time with the mic. You basically already answered the question of what can you bring to the HC. So it's perfect, man. Like it's exactly that. You know, I've been working with you. As I said, you are, all of you are top guys. I didn't play a lot with Bo, so I can't really speak with him, but Sickness says that he's a pretty nice guy, so I believe in Sickness. You guys are already, as I said, you guys are like on the top, on the 1% of the elite players. So if we stay together, it will not be that big of a work, because some guys will do hard work. Like I will be the sync. I will do a lot of work. So, and the other guys. So I think you guys are. We're gonna succeed. I send on the chat the link to apply. You guys see it?
Yes.
Yes.
So I think Bo already did it. DDD, I'm not even sure if he's here. And JJ, if you hear us, you need to go there and apply. I'm not sure if you wanted the air or the navy or the army. I think I'm not sure if you like the navy also, but I was thinking more for you to the army. But it's up to you. DDD clearly is